You ever see a film and just think to yourself, what the Welcome to Film Threat. I am Chris Gore. I am joined today by my friend and colleague at Film Threat, Alan Ng. We're talking about WTF Movies, which describes This describes quite a few films we actually see at Film Threat.
Oh my gosh. You have no idea. We see so many of these kind of films, intentionally and unintentionally.
We have the best jobs. We really get to. I mean, the thing is this: while most of our colleagues who cover the world of entertainment and film, they're like, well, the new Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, blah 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 blah, big studio stuff. We get to see a lot of incredibly bizarre and strange films, and that's sort of the joy of what we get to do. We recommend that you go to the Film Threat website every day, filmthreat.com, to check out and discover a lot of films like what we're about to discuss. We post about 3 to 5 reviews on a daily basis. In fact, if you're a filmmaker watching this, you can actually go up. There's a tab on Film Threat. You can click on the submit button. We will review anything. Mm-hmm. We will review anything. And if the movies let me just say something. If the movies you're about to hear about will convince you of anything, it's that we will review anything, or at least Alan will. Let's
Oh, yeah.
At least
I've
Alan
actually seen all 3 of these movies.
Right. Okay. So let's get to our first one.
And we have time. I should say that.
Oh my God.
We have a lot of time.
Yeah, we got a lot of time now. I hope everybody's doing well. Look, we got to find ways to pass the time here. But how do you even describe this movie?
You can't. Have you seen this one?
Yes, it's.
No, the way I described it is this is John Travolta, believe it or not.
Yes.
And he delivers an unforgettable performance in The Fanatic.
He plays a mentally slow adult who is a fan who goes too far. And put the movie aside for a second. What was John Travolta thinking? What was he thinking when he did The Fanatic? I guess it's like when you look at the past of the Oscars, the Oscars do tend to award movies in which the beautiful people play, people that have issues. And I find it condescending and pandering. I really liked Tropic Thunder when they kind of made fun of that with that movie Simple Jack. There was that fake movie Simple Jack that's in the movie Tropic Thunder, which I thought was great. I thought it was great for Ben Stiller to mock that. And it's kind of like, you'd think that after Simple Jack and Tropic Thunder existed, that Hollywood actors would have learned their lesson. Hollywood actors, let me just say this, Hollywood actors have not learned their lesson. If The Fanatic is proof of anything, it's that Hollywood actors have not learned their lesson, folks.
I know. Just because you have range, you don't need to prove you have range.
Right. But if this is, I think The Fanatic, is it on Amazon Prime?
It is on Amazon Prime. Yes.
Then you're more than likely you're a Prime member and you can check this out. I don't even know. If you recommend that someone see this movie, are you actually kind of a jerk for doing it? Are you kind of an asshole for just saying I saw this great movie called The Fanatic. You should definitely check out this movie. Yeah.
It's the car accident analogy. You want to see it because of just how cringeworthy it is, and you're not, exactly what you're going to get when you go into this thing. And it's just watching it, it's the pain you feel, and you want to feel that.
It's pure cringe. It's definitely pure cringe. But
I don't know. Weirdly, it's not that he's a bad actor. He's just a little too good in this role.
I think he's too earnest. I just remember watching it going, I mean, it was obviously he had no one to stop him from doing this role, but I don't know, man.
It wasn't like Will Durst, the director, or
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It definitely fits the category WTF. So I would say the Fanatic, go at your own risk. The Velocipastor.
Oh yeah.
What could we say about this award this nominated movie, The
Yes.
Velocipastor?
You know what?
It's well,
Funny you
first of all,
mentioned award this, but I
it was
ran into
nominated. It was
the
nominated. It was
yes.
nominated. Yeah.
In fact, it was nominated in this category.
Right. WTF. Exactly. But it's about a pastor that turns into a velociraptor. The title basically gives away the entire story.
Yeah. Speaking of the award this ceremony, I ran into the producer of the Velocipastor because he was nominated. And
Nominated.
he was telling me, it was like, to me, it was, you just came up with the title that was so brilliant that you just had to make a movie in order to just own it. And the movie did well to the point where he has funding for a sequel.
So we're going to see Velocipastor 2?
Yes, absolutely.
I think you just need, on the Film Threat YouTube channel, in addition to the podcast, we actually do post a lot of trailers for these films because I know they're really hard to find. So we kind of funnel them into our handcrafted and curated, list of trailers of things you should see. We post about a trailer a day of some weird stuff. So check out the Film Threat YouTube channel, if only to check out the trailer for movies like The Velocipastor and The Fanatic.
Because literally the only reason you would see this movie is because of that title.
I think that it's also a thing. It's to me like we should do an article about like just movies that are great just based on the title. I mean, like as Pat Oswalt pointed out in one of his comedy bits, he talks about how the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is probably the greatest title for a movie ever made. I actually agree with Patton. I think that it's a great that title alone, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Think of a movie that has a better title. Maybe The Empire Strikes Back, but it's not quite in that category.
Yeah, because that really doesn't tell you what the movie's about.
Exactly. But Velocipastor, you know what you're getting. Let's talk about our next, this just bizarre To Your Last Death, which oddly enough, William Shatner does a voice for this movie.
That's amazing. The celebrities they have in this movie.
They got Bill Moseley's has a voice. It's an indie animated feature film, kind of done in the style. The best way to describe it is it's a lot like Metalocalypse that was on Adult Swim. So if you're a fan of Metalocalypse, I mean, it's hardcore in terms of the music, in terms of the gore. I mean, it's over the top.
Yeah. And one thing I like about this from a production standpoint is the animation is, there are tools available to indie filmmakers who want to do animated features like this that allows you to do a full feature animated film at an affordable price. And, you have all the luxuries and benefits of animation in terms of, stars the limit when it comes to special effects. Sky's the limit, I should say.
Well, I mean, that's the cool thing. I really think I'm surprised we have not seen more indie animation with all of the off-the-shelf tools, with all of the apps that you can get, even for your iPhone or iPad. I mean, you would think that a whole world of independent animation would emerge. It really hasn't. I don't know. I'd certainly like to see more films like To Your Last Death. But you definitely need. I mean, this is not. First of all, definitely not for children. This movie.
No.
100% do not let. I would just say single digit age. You have to be. If you're ready to watch Metalocalypse, maybe you can handle To Your Last Death, but it shows what's possible with indie animation. And I think you're going to see, as the landscape has changed in Hollywood, I think it's, going through the pandemic and whatnot and being in quarantine. I don't know how they're going to get back to normal film production. How are you going to make a Star Wars or a Marvel movie with crews of a small crew on a major studio movie of 70 people? We're looking at hundreds of people. So I really think this is a time for indie filmmakers to thrive and survive.
Yeah. I mean, look, they're not sponsoring us, but Adobe has amazing animation software for $55 a month. You could literally be making an animated feature right now.
You could
and then have it release at any time. Actually,
you could. But Alan, thank you so much for talking to me about all this stuff. We are Film Threat. You can support us just go to SoundCloud, where I'm trying to figure out how this whole thing, we're still figuring out how to do this stuff, but support Film Threat by going on soundcloud.com/film threat. It's sort of like Patreon right now. We could use your support to continue to do this, to continue to post about these indie films on our website. Go to filmthreat.com. Follow us on social media. We're Film Threat at everything. I'm at that Chris Gore. Alan, I know what you are. You're my pal Al. Yeah, I follow you. My pal Al. I follow you on all that stuff. But check in with us. We're going to be posting these videos and podcasts more often, because you know what? We got the time. And see you on the next one.